You're listening to the Phatcast live from the studio with Colin Reynolds. Good afternoon. You're watching the Phatcast. My name is Colin Reynolds, and my guest for today is Mr. Joel Barker.
Hello, hello.
How you doing, Joel?
I'm not bad, man. How are you?
Yeah, very well, thank you.
Excellent.
Great. So, look, that was a pretty great guitar piece that you just played.
Thank you. That was Hunter's Moon by Andy McKee, although I don't know, it took me a little while to get there. I can't say I didn't exactly learn it properly, but it's kind of my little spin on it, I guess you could say.
Sure.
Yeah. So shout out to Andy McKee, I guess. Thank you.
Yeah, it's the style. What do you actually call that style?
Well, so I suppose in the finger style, I guess you'd say.
Sure.
Like there's the little finger style community, I guess. But it's, I suppose, acoustic guitar percussion, because obviously there's a lot of tapping on the body and stuff kind of thing.
Finger style, I mean, elicits ideas of, classical playing or even folk or country or whatever else, but certainly the picking and fingering,
Yeah.
but the tapping and
Yeah.
the percussion. So just acoustic percussion is.
Well,
Maybe we have to come up with a name for the style.
I think maybe I don't know. I think the thing that drew me to it was the rhythm aspect of it, because I always because I grew up drumming, and I always wanted to learn guitar. And when I picked up the guitar, it was a lot of going around and busking kind of thing, doing 4-chord kind of songs. And then after a while, I remember I found a video on YouTube, and it was this guy called Thomas Lieb, and phenomenal guitar player, like love every one of his songs, like a huge fan. And I found one of his songs was called Desert Pirate, and I remember watching it on YouTube. And keep in mind, like, I only knew how to play like 4-chord kind of stuff at the time.
Yep.
And I watched it and I was like, yeah, I can do that. I'll figure that out. I'll get there.
Yep.
And then I couldn't find any like tabs or anything. And so I remember just putting it in half speed and watching it over and over and over until I figured it out.
That's a trick I used as well, actually. The old with Tommy Emmanuel initially, which is a style that's not entirely dissimilar. And Tommy does, of course, some acoustic percussion stuff himself.
Yeah. Well, he's definitely up the fingerstyle alley. Like I don't know. There's this fella from America, Adrian Ballou, his name is, and I think he's roughly my age, and he is insane. Like, the stuff that he comes up with is absolutely nuts, and I don't know. I just love his stuff. I just love his work.
How did you stumble into this? Was this like down a rabbit hole on YouTube one day?
Well, funny thing is, when I can't remember how old I was, but there used to be this website called Stumble Upon.
Oh, I remember Stumble Upon.
I remember because like I was obviously young and I was living with my mum, and my mum, she called me into a room and she was on the computer using Stumble Upon, and she was like, check this out. She found a video of, it was a cover of Hide and Seek by Imogen Heap.
Sure.
Like mum brought me up with Imogen Heap. Like, I love her stuff.
Yeah.
And it was a fingerstyle cover of Hide and Seek by a fella called Antoine Dufour. Or Dufour, I can't exactly pronounce his name, I'm not too sure. Anyway, awesome player. Fucking another one. Sorry, I probably should swear.
That's fine.
Love his stuff, and that was my first introduction to fingerstyle or percussive style playing.
Yeah.
And years and years down the track, after I decided I'd pick up a guitar, I found him again.
Yeah.
And I was like, I remember this. Hell yeah. And then I went, like, looked at heaps of his stuff, found like Thomas Lieb, Mike Dawes, Adrian Ballou, and I just fell in love with it. And I was like, I'm gonna figure out how to do that.
Yeah.
And yeah. And I suppose like I still play like plenty of covers and stuff, and I do still do my own stuff, but I feel like I need to put a lot more time into my own works.
Oh, sure.
If that makes any sense, because like I don't want to put out anything that is like mediocre, if that makes sense.
So in terms of covers, I'm guessing so it's not just about doing covers of replicating someone else's fingerstyle piece, but finding, say, a pop or a rock song, just like a song people like or you particularly like, and kind of finding your own fingerstyle arrangement.
Yeah.
Of
like when I'm at home, I'll do a lot of looping.
Yep.
And stuff, but that's all. How can I explain it? It's very off the cuff. Like I'll be sitting at home and I'll listen to a song and I'll be like, I'm gonna figure this out. I reckon I can do this.
Yep.
And I'll plug my guitar in and I'll screw around on the looper for a while, and then I'll be like, oh crap, I have it. And so like my what's the word? Like what I would like to do is I want to loop and do a little bit of noodling over the top, add some like drive behind it, like hitting the guitar kind of thing, and then get on the drum kit.
Yeah.
Because I'm like a drummer first and foremost. And
so you would say drumming is really your primary instrument over guitar?
Oh yeah, definitely,
sure, yeah.
definitely. Like there's still so much that I need to learn.
You drum in Glitchcraft?
I do. I wouldn't say second drummer, but there's two of us.
Ah.
Yep. Old Drew and Martin. Great fella. Love him. Known
He's a
him for
guitar
years.
player too, isn't he?
Yeah. And he's insane.
So you guys share guitar and drumming role in the band? Is that?
No. So when we're playing for Glitchcraft, we're both on the drum kit. But
Two guys, one kit?
two guys, two kits. Oh, I see what you did there.
I did nothing of the sort, but let's keep rolling.
Druin plays guitar in a band called Guru Mook, who are at the moment in the middle of recording, I think it's their EP or their first album.
Sure.
Can't remember off the top of my head. With, I think it's Joe Haley from Psychropty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I recorded with Joe as well. He's fantastic mixing engineer and does the mastering and everything.
Yeah.
And of course, he's a musical prodigy.
Oh, yeah, far out.
Yeah.
Far out. But, yeah, so Druin has been in, what are they called? Yeah, Guru Mook. I wanted to say Grook for some reason. I don't know. Anyway, he's been doing that for a while. We've had a glitch on this. So when the band started, I believe it was Mitch, our vocalist and guitarist, John, our bass player, Druin as the drummer, and Robin as our lead guitarist. And then we got in Lily on keys.
Yep.
And when Mitch first came up with the concept of the band, he wanted two drummers.
So you play with 6 people?
Yeah, yeah. And it just so happened at the time that they had just done a heap of recordings. And I said, because I was learning how to mix and master and that kind of thing, not that I'm great at it, but I wanted to give it a go. And Druin put forward the idea of me giving it a crack just in my spare time.
Yep.
And so I did that for a little while. The songs that we have going at the moment were, I'd say Druin did most of the mixing because he's got a very good ear for it.
Sure.
And then I believe I went to prac with them one day and we set up 2 kits and we just started having a jam, and like I was already learning their songs just by passively listening to them.
Yeah.
And I just fell into becoming the second drummer.
Sure.
And I love it. It's so much fun. Like, and the chemistry we have as a band is brilliant.
Great.
Yeah.
So what would you describe the genre as?
I suppose you could call it psychedelic rock.
Sure.
But at the same time, I'm not too sure what to call us.
No, that's a rather broad umbrella. But I have a friend actually who has a psychedelic rock band. I should say I have 3 friends who have a psychedelic rock band as well. Oh, okay.
Oh, she is.
That's all right.
That's all good.
He'll just do a seamless thing, and we won't even notice. You know what? You can probably go back a little bit further. Yeah. I mean, no. That help?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll just cut that in post.
Yeah, we have to be careful because the sound profile changes now.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We'll see. It'll probably be fine.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just thinking of where we joined back on. I was talking about.
I know. I've got an idea. So, basically, just in the past few weeks, we've released our first single called Soul Food. And not to be biased or anything, but it's a pretty good song.
Sure.
Like, I'm a massive fan of the stuff we're putting out. We're in the middle of working on our first full EP.
Yep.
And then we plan to release an album shortly after.
So how many tracks for the EP?
On the EP, I think we're doing 3, possibly 4.
Yep.
I think we might do a remaster of Soul Food. I think that's just been talking about it in the works.
Sure.
When we release the album.
Is this because the arrangements changed, or you just improved on your recording process?
I'd say improved on the recording process, definitely. And I think this month we have 3 shows coming up.
Yeah, let's talk about the gigs. So
we're doing.
When and where?
We are doing a show at the Paragon Theatre in Queenstown on the 15th.
And that is a classic venue, that is.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
It looks like such a nice venue.
It's great. Last time I was there was about 8 months ago. And actually, no, more like 10 months ago.
Mm.
But, that was it was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a gig the day after, which will be a bit of a mission, like Queenstown and back in a day.
Yeah.
That'll be all right though. It'll be a fun little road
Who's
trip.
driving?
Probably Mitch and Druin, I can imagine.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the deal is, but I think we're just going to take 2 vans.
See, I actually drove to Queenstown. This is a couple of years ago now.
Mm.
I drove there within maybe I just got my P's like within 3 months of getting my P's.
Mm.
I've driven to Queenstown and back, well, to Strawn actually, a little bit further. And I felt after that trip that I had like 10 years worth of driving experience in one weekend.
Yeah.
That is a hectic drive, that one.
No, like how long? I think it was 2 weeks ago. I drove up to Burnie and back in the same day, and God, I didn't realise how sore your butt gets from sitting in the car for 5 hours at a time.
Wait till you're the one doing the driving.
Yeah, I know. It's ridiculous.
I mean, constantly, obviously, working the accelerator and clutch.
Mm.
Well, obviously, you're not constantly on the clutch, but you know what I mean. Like, you're in a certain amount of tension the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tell you what, one thing that hell shits me off is like driving back at night on the highway in the middle of rural Tasmania and people just leaving their high beams on.
Oh,
the whole way.
The shockers.
Yeah.
Shockers.
It was ridiculous. But anyway, so we have the gig in Queenstown on the 15th. On the 16th, we have a show at Alta.
Yep.
I think we're going first. Can't remember off the top of my head.
Who are you playing with on that show?
Jack Hull and the Dead Crows.
Sure.
Yep. Awesome band. I looked up their stuff not too long ago. They are bloody brilliant.
Yep.
And
they're a local band as well. I'm familiar with them.
I believe they're from the mainland.
Sure. Okay.
But their stuff is in a very similar vein to ours.
Okay.
And so I think the melding of the two bands will be like a really good show.
Yep.
I think there's another support, but I can't remember who off the top of my head. And I've got the poster on my phone. And then I believe we are supporting Legal Noise in town on the 30th. Can't remember the venue. I've got a terrible
This is
memory.
of July.
Yes, of July. Yeah. And I think after we knock these shows out, we're going to spend a lot more time focusing on getting the album out. Because I think that's very high on the priority list at the moment. Like, I mean, we can't have one song forever. Yeah.
Right. So, have you guys got a Bandcamp or something like that people can find?
We're on Spotify.
Spotify, yeah.
Yep. Just Glitchcraft. Soul Food is the single.
Yep.
We're also on Facebook and Instagram. I mean, if anyone wants to hit us up to do some shows or anything along the lines, let us know. We'd be more than happy to do it. But yeah.
Excellent.
Nice.
So, thank you very much for joining me today, Joel.
That is all good, Colin. No worries.
And I will see you guys next week.
Adios. Bye-bye.